And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Tuesday Trivia right here on KPTL. Scott Gahagan along with Jarvis Kaler with the trivia for you, and you've got the answers for us, we presume.
How about them Cowboys?
You know what's going on? Say something else, because I didn't hear you very well.
I said, how about them Cowboys?
I thought maybe I didn't have you on the air there. All right, very good. We got all the mics in the right position.
I think our headphones are turned down there, Scott. There we go.
All right, very good. Let's welcome to the show. We've got all kinds of questions for you today, and we have some great prizes, too. And some of the prizes this week are Sierra Glen Restaurant, $25 gift certificate, and we always rave about them. They have great ice cream, great goodies. It's like an old-fashioned, old-fashioned diner.
We gorged at our company dinner meeting there last month.
We did. We had our little company meeting. We got another one tonight. I don't know where that's going to be, but Sierra Glen, a great place to go. And for those of us, after we have a lot of ice cream floats and things like that, ice cream, what was I saying, banana splits, you can go to Nevada Fitness. We have a one-month membership there at Nevada Fitness to give away.
That is my approach. It also happens to be John Travolta's approach to staying healthy. Eat all you want and then just exercise plenty.
Yeah, that's easy. That's hard to do, though. It's easier to eat than it is to exercise.
I said it's a good idea. I didn't say we necessarily did that, but...
well, yeah, let's not get too close up on either one of us here. We've got a gift certificate for two. This is to see the magic of Eli Kerr. Now, this is at the Golden Phoenix in Reno. It's a terrific show. This is a young man that's been doing magic since he's been 8 years old, and he does some great close-up magic if you ever get a chance to see that. But the show is at the Golden Phoenix in Reno, and we've got 2 tickets to go see that. We also have, for those folks that have pets, a certificate for dog grooming. And this is at Positive Images in Carson City. They do a tremendous job. It made Socrates look good.
He's one handsome fella after he gets his haircut.
Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. And we also are going to give away a certificate good for 2 free lunches at Schlotsky's Deli. And included in that is a Prestige car wash.
Schlotsky's.
A couple of tickets to Brewery Arts Center, tickets to see Waybacks. This is on 9/18, so actually... it's right around the corner, 3 days from today. If you'd like to if you win these tickets, pick them up right away. It's swing, bluegrass, jazz music, and I know you like that.
Absolutely.
All right. Those are the prizes. We have questions. Do you have a special selection of questions today?
I'm trying to stay topical, but I just couldn't come up with something that's really topical, so I just grabbed one out of the air. We're going to be doing phobias and manias today. I'm going to give you the name of a type of an ailment or condition and see if you can identify what that ailment is. How about this one? We'll start right off the top. And if you think about other words that have these terms in them, you ought to be able to guess this. For example, choreomania. Choreomania. What's your problem if you have choreomania?
All right, I have a feeling I had to answer that.
Choreomania.
All right, I've got TV trivia for us today. I found an old TV trivia book, and this surprised me. I'll ask this one right off the bat, and I'll be amazed if we end up getting more than 5 of these throughout the course of the program, because it's much harder than I thought. But I'd like to know, give us well, actually I want one at a time, but we were looking for all 7 hosts of The Tonight Show.
All 7, wow.
There have been 7 permanent hosts of The Tonight Show.
You're going to ask somebody to name all 7? Or
no, just one at a time.
One at a time.
Okay, a couple of the first 2 or 3 would be easy.
Okay. But we should tell people how this works. They need to call the radio station, 882-KPTL. Somebody already knows that over there. 882-5785. You call in. If you get a correct answer, that doesn't necessarily mean you've won yet. You've qualified. At the end of the hour, we draw to see who's won the prizes. So what do you say, Scott? Let's see if we got some correct answers already.
Sounds good, Jarvis. Hi, this is KPTL. You're on the air.
Yes, would Jay Leno be one of the hosts of the Tonight Show?
You chose the easy one. Don't you feel ashamed for going the easy route?
Really?
Jay Leno is one of the hosts of the Tonight Show. He is the current host, and what is your name?
Chris.
Chris?
Welker.
All right, Chris, very good. Do you ever watch Jay Leno?
Every once in a while I do. I tend to watch Nightline, and so sometimes I'll watch Nightline and then I'll flip back and forth between the...
Depends on how serious your mood is that evening, I suppose.
Depends on how serious my mood is and what I'm interested in. Sometimes I'll stay with him. Sometimes I'll watch the other ones. Sometimes I'll listen to the radio. It depends.
Me too. I switch back and forth. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the call. We got you down.
Okay.
All right,
Chris.
Now, you know, I don't think I've seen more than like 10 shows of The Tonight Show since Jay took over.
I'm a Letterman fan myself.
Yeah, I've sort of went over to Letterman, but I don't even watch either Letterman or Jay Leno as much as I used to. I used to, like, faithfully watch that all-night stuff. Mm-hmm. And let's go to line number 2. You're on the air.
Yes, Jack Parr was one of the hosts.
Now we're going back a ways.
Yeah.
All right.
You're over 30, aren't you?
Yes.
What's your name?
This is Penelope.
Penelope.
Penelope is
she's just barely over 30. We've seen her. We got you right. Jack Parr was the host, two hosts back from Jay Leno. And we've got you down, Penelope.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for calling in. All right. And what's your question again? What's the question about?
Looking for who can identify what condition you have if you have choreomania. Choreo also is the part of the word choreography.
Right.
There's a hint. So choreomania. What is it that you're afflicted with? Choreomania.
Okay, you're on the air. This is KPTL.
Yeah, Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson is correct. We got the three easiest, I think. Jack Parr, Johnny Carson, and Jay Leno. And now it starts to get difficult. All the hosts of The Tonight Show. What's your name?
Jim.
This is Jim S., I believe.
You got it.
All right, Jim, you're in the running again. Be listening at the end of the hour, see if you won a prize again.
Nope.
All right, thanks a lot. Of course, Johnny Carson's the guy that really dominated that show for so many years, and I guess Jay Leno's had a pretty good run. In fact, I'd be curious to know how many years Jay Leno has actually taken over The Tonight Show. It seems like not that long, but I bet it's been a while now.
Almost a decade, I believe, is when
Wow.
the whole debacle really came down, when Johnny Carson was leaving, and they decided not to give it to David Letterman, who seemed like the likely person to step into his shoes, you know, because the Tonight Show was
Right.
followed by The Late Show with David Letterman, and we thought David Letterman would just move up an hour and a half, and that whole thing fell apart. But, yes.
Yeah, I like Letterman. He's a little bit too acerbic sometimes for me, but I do think he's a brilliant comedian, and I like his take for the most part.
Me too, yeah.
And I think he's mellowed a bit, hasn't he? Don't you think, since
Perhaps.
that the tragedy of 9/11 2 years ago? I mean, I just saw a whole different side to Letterman.
I thought it was very fitting that his was the first of the late night shows to come back on, because he originates in New York, and it was a gripping show. I mean, I was kind of getting the old watery eyes just watching the show. That's right. Yeah.
All right, line number 2, you're on the air. Thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Steve Allen.
Steve Allen was the first host of the Tonight Show. Very good. What's your name?
Barbara B.
Barbara B. Very good. Now, I remember seeing the Steve Allen show. It was a different talk show from the Tonight Show, but he was quite a talented guy as well.
Sure. Played the piano and would do musical bits and comedy. Sure.
Yeah, from the old pardon me?
I remember him.
All right. Well, we remember that you're a qualifier, so you're on the list. Thanks a lot, Barbara.
And Barbara is in her very, very late 20s, and she remembers him.
Oh, thank you for
All right. Thanks a lot, Barbara. Bye-bye. 14 minutes after 12 o'clock. This is Tuesday Trivia. You're listening to KPTL AM 1300. As always, we thank Patrick Dixon from Carson Access Television. You can see this show on TV. It is Monday evenings at 6 p.m. and Thursday evenings at 4, correct?
Yep.
All right, Thursday evening. See, I've got that down now. And I actually have to tell you, I saw this show for the first time on Carson Access Television, and I got to give big kudos to Patrick. And I think it's mostly Patrick, but the staff there, what we laughingly refer to as the staff, which is Patrick. he did incredible things. I mean, video stuff to this thing I never anticipated. Great job, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, so we have three hosts left of the Tonight Show. I'll throw out another TV question for you. Remember the show The Munsters?
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
Who was the blonde? What was her name in the show? Not her actual real name, but in the show.
The daughter.
Yeah, what do they call the blonde? They called her the ugly one in the family. But of course, in reality, she was the only cute one there.
Exactly, very lovely.
But that was what made it funny. But what was her name in the TV show? 882-KPTL, 882-5785.
Okay, we're still looking for what these conditions mean if you have choreomania. How about if you suffer from ballistophobia? Ballistophobia, think of ballistics. If you are ballistophobia, then what do you have? What if you suffer from misopedia? And I'll give you a hint. A pediatrician cannot suffer from this malady. He cannot have misopedia. Get it? I'm trying to give you hints of what these things associate these words. Parts of the words come from other parts of other words.
All right, very good. I love to learn words. You're on the air. This is KPTL.
Hi. On the Munsters,
Yes.
I believe the blonde was Marilyn.
Absolutely right. Maryland is correct.
Yes.
You know, I haven't seen that show for, I guess, maybe 15 years, and I happen to be thumbing through the TV now that my mornings are a little more leisurely, and I saw the Munsters on TV, on some old TV show. I have a channel, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But so I thought I'd use that as a trivia question. When's the last time you saw the Munsters?
It's been quite a while
Yeah.
also, but I just used to love that show.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
One of those black and white TV shows. They don't show a lot of them on TV anymore because we're so used to color.
It's too bad, yeah.
Every silver lining surrounds a black cloud. That was one of their favorite expressions, Go out and water the weeds in the yard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And what is your name, caller?
Lee G.
Lee G.
G. All right, Lee. You know the drill. Be listening at the end of the hour. See if you won a prize.
Bye.
All right, very good. Another question for you. This is has to do with the TV show Gilligan's Island. I'd like to know, when they had the rerun or the short-lived Return to Gilligan's Island, the producers invited everybody back from the original episode except for one character. What was his or her name? And everybody was still alive. They had Return to Gilligan's Island. Basically, this is somebody that really didn't get along with anybody in the cast, according to the book that I'm reading. Apparently, everybody in the cast got along except for this one person who nobody liked, and they didn't invite her back for the Return to Gilligan's Island, and they also didn't, Gilligan apparently refused to pose with her one time. So there really was a, bad vibe between her and the rest of the cast.
I didn't know that was during the run of the show. And after the run of the show, I thought that was when they began to have their falling out. But actually, during the run of the show, she started not getting along with folks.
According to my little book here, my God, this looks like an authoritative book. It wouldn't make anything up.
I would believe anything I read in that book, Scott.
You're on the air. This is KPTL.
Hi, Tina Louise, who played Ginger, was not invited back.
Yes, you're right. Man, you sound like you really know this stuff.
Oh, I know good television like Gilligan's Island.
All right. Good intellectual stuff there, You switch back and forth between Nightline and Gilligan, is that it?
Exactly, you got it.
It is funny, though, the way we do that. I mean, we'll watch mind-numbing TV. At least I do, I admit it. I watch some mind-numbing TV, and then I'll watch something fairly intellectual.
Right.
And what is your name, caller?
I'm Sherry B.
Sherry B.
Sherry B. Well, you got you down, Sherry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in.
That was, that show kind of was the definitive difference between the girl next door and the glamour girl. So there was folks who were into, some guys who were Ginger fans and some guys who were Marianne fans. Right?
And they even had beer commercials about it 20 years later. Were you Ginger or Marianne?
Now,
what would you be? Yeah.
I like the girl next door, but I have to say Ginger had that dreamy, the way she'd do her eyes and business, that Marilyn Monroe quality. That there's certainly an appeal there. But I mean, as a girl, I want to go out with probably Marianne.
Absolutely.
Fantasy girl Ginger, go out with girl Marianne, I suppose.
And I would not. It's totally Marianne for me.
Really?
Ginger isn't even appealing to me. But I'm sure she's not interested in me, so it's fine.
I see. Okay.
No problem there. And besides, she's got to be like 90 right now, huh? Well, she's got to be like in her
60s.
In her 60s?
Yeah, well, Marianne is still doing TV shows now. She's in her 60s. What
title did Marianne have? She was a contestant in what we now call,
Star Search.
No. She was a contestant in that what would now be scholarship contests.
Oh.
They used to be called beauty contests. But what title did she hold? And I'll just leave it at that.
She was a pretty good Marianne. She had the girl next door, but she was a very attractive woman. She still is, actually.
Right, and I thought she seems like the kind of person I'd like to meet. She just
played up Ginger's glamour image.
But she had a title that people in this area might know about. 882-KPTL, 882-5785. And which actor, according to my trivia book here, caused the demise of Mork and Mindy by demanding too much money from producers? Instead of giving it to her, they just canceled the show.
So they'll show her.
Yeah, that's right. You never know when there's a fine line between asking a little too much and asking, for everything it can get.
Yeah. A little bit of that going on with Everybody Loves Raymond right now.
Is that it?
The character who plays Raymond's tall brother is asking for more money, and the show is actually threatening to write him out of the series because he's asking for so much money.
It is amazing. But I guess, get it while you can. The episodes of Friends that we're seeing today are because they all are making $1 million, right?
Correct.
And the same thing happened with Seinfeld. The last couple of years of that, everybody's making $1 million for the last year anyway.
Per episode.
Episode.
It's just,
it's pretty good.
Makes you want to fall over.
It makes you want to go into acting.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well start there. Hi, you're on the air. This is KPTL.
Did I win?
Say it again?
Did I win?
Well, we don't know yet. It's still a mystery.
Oh.
What's your name?
Rudy.
Rudy. Oh, Rudy?
What question would you like to answer there, Rudy?
Marianne's title.
Yes.
I think she was the girl with the hot jeans.
The girl with the hot jeans. I think we're getting a call from down the hall there.
Yeah, I think is this somebody we know?
Yep.
I think so. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate the
somebody
call.
Somebody was in the building, actually.
No, she's not the girl with the hot jeans, but thanks a lot for trying.
Okay.
All right. 882-KPTL, 882-5785, 22 minutes after 12 o'clock.
Folks don't want to take a stab at my manias and phobias, so we'll try. Let's try something else here. Let's find out what city ranks as the #1 number of miles driven per capita, and I'll give you a hint. It's not Los Angeles.
All right. To the phones we go.
Number one.
You're on the air.
Yeah, the choreophobia.
Hey, we do have a shot on that. All right. What does that mean if you... It's actually choreomania.
Oh, now, well, isn't that a fear of dancing?
Choreophobia would be a fear of dancing. What is it if you have choreomania?
Yeah.
If you're manic about something, if you have a mania for something, it means...
You really want to...
You just can't stop dancing.
I thought, see, I was going to give the answer. Dance fever. You got dance fever.
All right.
Wasn't that a TV show?
Dance fever. So
right.
They should have called it the Choreomaniacs show. What is your name? Because you came up with, I mean, the choreo part was the dance.
Pardon me?
Richard.
Richard. All right. And your last name or initial, please, Richard.
E.
Did you say C?
E like Tom.
T like Tom, not D like dancing.
Right.
Are you a dance craze guy? You love doing the swing and the cha-cha? And...
No, I'm not.
No, but you happen to know about it. Okay.
Left feet.
No, I know. I think he has choreophobia.
He has choreophobia. Gotcha. Okay. All right, Richard, you're qualified to be listening at the end of the hour.
All right, thanks a lot for the call. 882-KPTL, 882-5785. All right, one question here away from TV land. I'd like to know, what is Nevada's official motto? What is Nevada's official motto? And one of the reasons I bring this up is we'll have more Nevada trivia for you as we get closer to Nevada Day. But KPTL is going to be very involved, along with Carson Access Television this year, with bringing you Nevada Day coverage. We're looking forward to that. We'll have...
we covered it live on the radio last year, so we're going to do it on TV this year, too, eh?
And on the radio, we'll also have an entry into the parade, so we're going to have that parade covered from all bases this year.
Okay.
And we'll tell you more about that in the weeks to come. But right now, I'd like to know, what is Nevada's motto? 882-KPTL, 882-5785. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back at you after this on AM 1300. KPTL, 26 minutes after 12 o'clock. It is Tuesday Trivia here on KPTL. We have trivia questions.
It is Carson City.
It is Carson. At least I got the city right.
Good deal.
And actually, I was just talking about Carson Nugget Trivia. We talked with Doug Brown at the Carson Nugget. It might well be Carson Nugget Trivia again in the not-too-distant future. We're in negotiations, as they say.
I see.
And we'd love to have them aboard again. Let's see. We've got a trivia question for you. What are the ones you still have working?
Well, I do want to qualify something. As we started off the hour, I said, how about them Cowboys? I think I should point out, now that I have moved to Northern Nevada, I am first and foremost a 49ers fan, but I was born in Dallas.
Not, really, are you?
Absolutely. I love those 49ers.
Seriously?
I absolutely live for the 49ers. Whatever, I've got a little one of those 49ers
You have no
things.
credibility at all. You don't even like the 49ers.
I got one of those Jack in the Box
Tell
things.
me, who's the quarterback for the 49ers?
Dan Marino.
Okay. Jesus.
Well,
you don't even know who the quarterback is. Can you name the quarterback?
Actually, I can't name the quarterback for the Cowboys either. I don't really remember names of players that well.
Did you see the game last night?
Absolutely.
And you don't remember the quarterback? He had an outstanding performance.
It would not have mattered if that was Latvia playing Yugoslavia last night. That was a great game.
By the way, speaking of the 49ers, speaking of a really good football team.
And it just so happens, since I was born in Dallas, I did kind of,
No, you're welcome to be a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Went, Yahoo!
That's cool. They got lucky to win. That was like the worst kickoff under the circumstances I've ever seen by the Giants kicker. All you need to do was a squib kick in the middle of the field instead of like in the
Well, I think they did not want to run the risk that there would be a run back.
Right.
And so he intentionally was trying to kind of, and just missed it by a yard. Okay, back to
what I wanted to say about the 49ers is we will be giving tickets away to see the 49ers.
I saw that.
This Thursday afternoon. So if you'd like to win those tickets to see the Niners and the Browns, and they're really good tickets, then tune in this Thursday during the afternoon program here on KPTL.
Here's the questions we have working right now. I'm trying to get phobias and manias, if you can identify what these are. What is it if you suffer from ballistophobia? Think of ballistics. Going ballistic. If you're ballistophobic. If you suffer from, this was a weird one, terasthesia. If you suffer from hypnophobia. But I'm also trying to find out what city ranks #1 in the number of miles driven per capita, and it's not Los Angeles. Number of miles driven per capita. Southern city.
It's a southern city.
There's a hint, yes.
All right.
That grew exponentially in the last 2 decades.
All right, very good. Well, I don't know the answer to that one either. Something really remarkable happened back in 1964 in the Billboard Hot 100 charts, and one group, the Beatles, had 12 songs on the Hot 100, and they had the top 5 songs on the Hot 100. Now, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They had number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You give me any one of those songs on the week that the Beatles had the top 5 locked up, and you will be a qualifier. 882.
Any one of the top 5 Beatles Hot 100. Got it.
In other words, any one of the top 5 songs that the Beatles had that week when they had positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's see. So, in other words, if you gave me one of the other 7 songs that were also in the Hot 100, but were not in the top 5, that is not good enough.
That's not what we're looking for.
All right, yeah,
looking for the top 5. Come on.
All right, you got it. Let's go to the phones. Hi, this is KPTL. You're on the air. Welcome to the show.
Well, first thing, Marianne, she was performing in Reno less than a month ago.
She was?
Yeah.
Where was she performing? Do you know?
Not a clue.
All right, well, do you know what her title was before she was on Gilligan's Island? She had a very distinctive title.
Oh.
All right. Did you have any other information for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nevada's motto,
Yes.
you come here on vacation, you leave on bail.
Well, you know what? That is so dangerously close, I feel like I should give it to you, but no, that is not quite right. Thanks a lot for calling. It sounds like you might have had some experience in that area, but no, that is not the motto of Nevada. But thanks for trying. 882-KPTL, 882-5785.
I wonder if they, put slot machines in the jail. Maybe you could, drop a few quarters and see if you could come up with enough money to make your bail. Good way to raise funds for the, communion. Patrick is chuckling.
We should have, I believe, we should be the first state with slot machines in the jails. Give these
raise money for municipal.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You win Megabucks. Now, what could be worse than that is to win the Megabucks jackpot in your cell and not be able to leave. I mean, where are you going to spend it? Where are you going to spend the money?
That's punishment.
That is really bad news.
Cruel and unusual right there. Yeah.
Hi, this is KPTL. You're on the air.
Yeah, I'd like to answer one of those questions for tonight's show.
Yes.
How about Al Jasbo Collins?
That is one I thought we would never get.
Yeah, he used to have a talk show down in the Bay Area on the radio for a while, and that's the reason I know.
Yeah, you know what? I worked with Al Jasbo Collins at a jazz station in San Mateo. It was KCSM. It was like a public station. And I met him, and he worked there. That was one of the last gigs he did.
Is he still alive?
No, he is not.
He passed away. Huh?
He passed away, but I remember his talk show on KGO. Is that the one you're thinking of?
That's one, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, the guy should not have... Well, did you like it? Let me ask you that first.
For the format, I don't think he was right for the format.
He was incoherent almost.
Yeah.
And he was trying the shtick and stuff. And obviously, Al Jasbo Collins is a bright guy, but he sure didn't sound it on his talk show. And maybe he was just trying something that didn't quite work, in my view. But still, and I met him later on, a nice guy, and he was one of the hosts of The Tonight Show. You're absolutely right. What is your name?
Don Bollinger.
Don?
Mm-hmm. Don.
Don, I'm just going to put Don B. Is that all right with you?
John.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
John. And now we're getting it right. John B.
John B.
You are qualified, senor. I'll be listening at the end of the hour, see if you've won a prize.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the call. 882-KPTL, 882-5785. Name any one of the top 5 songs when the Beatles had positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 locked up in the Billboard Hot 100. Name any one of those songs. If you get it correct, you will be a qualifier today.
Also looking for which city ranks number 1 for the number of miles driven per capita, and I'm giving you this hint, it's not Los Angeles. How about this? Where did the blazer jacket get its name? The blazer is named for something specific. We'll give you these 3 possibilities. Is it for an American pioneer? Was it for some famous person named Blazer? Was it named after a ship or named after a fire department softball team? The Blazers.
All right.
That seems like a good one. Okay. Where did the blazer jacket get its name?
And the gal that was on Gilligan's Islands that played Marianne, what title did she hold in a what is now a scholarship contest, but what was then a beauty contest? They called them that then. But let's go to line number 1. You're on the air. This is KPTL.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
No, I don't have experience.
Okay. Very good.
And I have quite a few friends who are attorneys with the state. That's where I got the motto, leave on bail.
All right, very good. Do you have another guess for us?
Yes, sir. I was wanted to take a stab at the southernmost city, or not a southern city with most amount of, vehicular miles or something?
Uh-huh. People who drive the most per capita. What city is that?
Take a shot at Miami.
Miami is a good guess, but it's not Miami.
All right, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate it. 26 in front of 1 o'clock. This is KPTL Tuesday Trivia, and every Tuesday at this time we throw trivia questions out in your direction.
I'll give this further hint. The city where the people drive the most, Ted Turner might be one of those people who drives a lot in this city.
Now, well, that makes it pretty easy, I think.
Did I give it away?
Well, I think that's pretty easy.
Darn.
But that's okay. We're looking for qualifiers, and I think we'll get one with that. It was on this date back in 1994 that the Exxon Corporation agreed to pay $5 billion. Why did they agree to do that? Easy question.
Somebody won a big lottery on the one of their
they had their own little in-house lottery and gave away $5 billion. Very good. It's their own version of megabucks.
That's it.
Also, Dr. Albert Hoffman did the first one of these in history, 60 years ago today. What did Dr. Albert Hoffman do?
Was he perhaps trying to cure mysopedia or ballistophobia?
It's possible.
Two of the things that I still don't have answers to.
Yeah,
what is ballistophobia? What is mysopedia?
This is KPTL. You're on the air. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, hi. I'll take another shot at the city, and that is Atlanta.
There we go. I just gave that one away, didn't I? But, we're trying to get qualifiers.
Whatever happened to Ted Turner? Did he go broke? Did Jane
moved up to Montana, I understand, with Jane Fonda. Bought a big ranch.
Correct. But they still,
I thought they got divorced. Didn't they get divorced?
Oh, I think so.
There was,
we obviously know very little about this man.
There was talk of that, but of course CNN is still based there, and the Weather Channel and all.
But he sold CNN, didn't he, to the? Well, whatever. We don't know. Let's go to what's your name, caller?
He sold it to Clinton. Now it's the Clinton music. Larry D.
Gary?
Oh, Larry.
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 All right, Larry, and your last initial?
E.
Larry C.
D. D as in Davis.
Okay.
Larry D. Gotcha.
Thank you, Larry. See, the trouble is, you got your D, and then you got your B, and then you got your C. They all sound like it. And then you got E, and there's a lot of those are difficult letters. We should go for the full last name.
There we go.
We'll be getting less trouble. All right.
Well, some folks don't like to give their full last name on the radio, so I understand that.
So Steve Allen, Al Jasbo Collins, Jack Parr, Johnny Carson, and Jay Leno have all been hosts of The Tonight Show. There are two that are remaining. One, the initials are EK, and I think I might get that if you gave me enough time to think about it. But the one that I would not have gotten is one I didn't even know about. His name is also Jack, but you'll have to figure out his last name. So we got 5 of the 7 hosts of The Tonight Show so far. 882-KPTL, 882-5785. And no one wants to take a stab on any one of the Beatles songs that were on the charts when the Beatles had number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 in the Hot 100.
It would seem like you ought to be able to guess at least one of those. Of course, the Beatles did over 200 songs.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's easy to get them confused. Even I, who play them a lot. I mean, if I were to, I could probably guess about 3 or 4 of these. Right off the bat, and then I'd have trouble. So let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back at you with more questions and hopefully more answers right here on KPTL. This is Tuesday Trivia. And this is KPTL. It is Tuesday Trivia, 20 minutes before 1 o'clock. We've got a few outstanding questions. I'm still looking for what title did the Mary Ann of Gilligan's Island hold in a scholarship contest. What was the title she held?
The actual girl, not the character.
Yeah,
not the character.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, yeah. So not what the character did on the show, but what she did in real life, and I forget her real name. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, we also have the 5 Beatles songs that made it into the top 5 at the same time. They held positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the Billboard Hot 100. Name one of those songs, and you'll be a qualifier.
Also looking for where the blazer jacket got its name. Is it named for a ship? Is it named for a pioneer named somebody other Blazer, or is it named for a fire department softball team, the Blazers?
And the world's first one of these took place 60 years ago today when Dr. Albert Hoffman did it. What did he do? You're on the air. This is KPTL.
Hello. Mary Ann was Miss Nevada.
Yes, she was. She was Miss Nevada. And very good. What's your name?
This is Captain B.
Captain B. I like that. Did you ever go out on the U.S. Minnow there, Captain B? On a 3-hour tour? No? I mean, you're a captain.
All right, Captain. Thank you very much. Appreciate the call. I know those questions from Jarvis sometimes leaves me speechless as well. So let's go to line 2. You're on the air. This is AM 1300.
Did you get the state motto?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm not sure, but I think it's something like 1 for all for one, or all for one and 1 for all.
Well, that would be the 3 Musketeers, and we're getting close. It is, I'll give you one more shot at it because you're close, but you're not quite close enough.
I can't get any closer than that.
All right, well, maybe not on this call, but no, I can't quite give it to you. But we did get the 3 Musketeers motto down. Very good.
Great. Thanks for calling. You can call back.
All for one. All right, let's go to line number 1. You're on the air. This is KPTL.
I want to hold your hand.
Well,
that one of the top 5?
Let's see.
That was in the top 5 at the same time
let's see.
as
I'm
4
checking
other
out.
Beatles songs?
I Want to Hold Your Hand was in position number 4.
Excellent.
On that very day.
You nailed it.
And what is your name?
JJ Gordon.
And JJ, can we hold your hand because you're a girl, and we know that now. Always have to qualify. When one time, months ago, I said JJ won a prize, and he can pick it up, and boy, I caught heck. And then last week, I thought her son, JJ, I hope he's recovered. Her son has this very, he's a young boy, so he has this kind of high-pitched and actually a very pleasant voice, but I thought it was a girl.
There's a word for people like you.
I know,
there must be a word for people who can't figure out the sexes of other people.
Maybe there's a phobia or mania thing.
Something like that. I'm sure we can figure that out by next week. Thanks, JJ. Let's go to line number 2. You're on the air. This is KPTL.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hello there.
I know Mary Ann's real name.
Well, what is her real name?
Dawn Wells.
What is it?
Dawn, D-A-W-N, Wells.
Yeah, Dawn Wells. I'm going to give you credit for that because I wanted to know that information.
What the heck? We didn't
occasionally people come up with useful information that deserves a reward.
You're actually answering the question before Scott asked it. So we give you a little gold star for the day. How about that?
That's cool. I didn't know any of the sports questions or the yes, but I knew who Mary Ann was.
Patrick and I, just during the break, we were talking about what non-macho guys we are. We can't really have sports conversations about who the players are and never do sports talk around here. I love a great game, but I could not tell you, who's carrying the ball and
Can you tell me the quarterback for the 49ers, your favorite team?
We tried that last time.
Who do you think it was?
I said Dan Marino.
Yeah, no.
He was a former quarterback for the
Dolphins. Many years ago.
Didn't Marino? Okay, so
never played.
Okay, but Montana, I know Montana.
Oh, all right, very good.
Okay.
You just ruined my next question.
Oh, shoot, sorry. Okay.
What is your name, caller?
Charlene.
Charlene.
I thought it would have been
a sexy name.
I thought it would have been cool if this had been Dawn Wells.
Oh.
But Charlene, we're very pleased it's you. And what's your last initial?
M.
Charlene M, like as in Marino or Montana.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, we will, let me ask you this question because we've got, speaking of, we've got 49er tickets we'll be giving away on Thursday. So if you are a 49er fan and can make it down to the Bay Area this weekend.
Love the 49ers.
I know you're not eligible to win these, Jarvis, especially since you can't even name a quarterback.
Sure.
There was Montana, of course, who's the quarterback that most people associate with the 49ers because he was, some people think, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, I'd agree with that.
And but I'd like to know, subsequent to Joe Montana, who were the 2 following Pro Bowl 49er quarterbacks? They made it to the Pro Bowl. Who are they? 882-KPTL, 882-5785. There's been 2 quarterbacks after Montana that have made it to the Pro Bowl. Who are they? And we've also like to know what the state motto is. It's not one for all and all for one, but it's close to that. And 882-KPTL, 882-5785 is the number to call.
Is that the thing that's on the flag? Because there is a little quote on the Nevada flag. Is that it?
I don't have the Nevada flag in front of me. I think that's probably it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what else would you put on there except the state motto?
One would hope, yeah. But I mean,
I made this flag.
Yeah, exactly. This was my design.
Don Wells, Miss Nevada. Hi, this is KPTL. Welcome to the show.
One of the quarterbacks following Joe Montana, Steve Young.
Steve Young is correct. And what is your name?
Don.
Don, let's get a last name or initial, please.
G.
Don G. So are you one of those football fans, Don, who can name the players and statistics and who's out in front for the AFC versus the NFC and all that kind of stuff?
No, sir, I'm afraid not.
Okay, but you at least knew the Pro Bowl quarterback following Joe Montana. We're proud of you.
Yeah, we got you down on the list. Thanks a lot for calling, Don.
Thank you.
All right, let's see here. We've got one other quarterback that the 49ers have had since Joe Montana that made it to the Pro Bowl, and I'd like to know his name. 882-KPTL, line number 2, you're on the air.
The state motto be Battleborn?
No, that's
what's on the flag.
That is not. Well, that might be on the flag then. Okay, that makes sense because Battleborn, but it is not the official state motto.
Well, how do you like that? Because that is what's on the flag.
Okay, well,
that's an excellent guess.
Yeah, it is a good guess.
Should we qualify this?
Yeah, I think we should. What's your name?
Clifford Gordon.
Clifford. All right, you and JJ are both in the running again, Clifford.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for calling in. 882-KPTL, 882-5785. So Battleborn is on the flag.
Yeah.
You're sure of that?
I am, yeah.
All right, but the thing that...
Well, remember last Nevada Day, I astonished you and Terry because I happen to know the reason Nevada became a state when it did was that's when the Civil War was going on in 1864, and the Union kind of hurried up Nevada to bring them into the United States. Nevada did not actually qualify to be a state at the time, but the Union needed all the silver and gold money. They needed more money to fight the Civil War.
See, if you hadn't polluted your mind with all that unnecessary history, you might be able to name some of the quarterbacks.
So they became really
that are in the NFL. Man, you're just wasting all that time and energy.
Information that's really relevant, like the names of quarterbacks. No, but so that's why it's the battle-born. It became a state during the Civil War, and became a state because of the Civil War, because the Union needed Nevada's money. Needed the funds.
All right, back to important information here. This is TV trivia. I'd like to know the last member of the original group for Saturday Night Live. They selected this member last to be in that cast. What is his name?
Okay.
It was the last guy they chose to be on the original Saturday Night Live.
Well, on the subject of Nevada, what you're still looking for, your question still is out there. What is the state motto? Now that we know it is not Battle-Born.
Yeah.
Battle-Born is on the flag, but that's not the state motto.
Yeah, that wouldn't be much of a motto, though. I mean,
Battle-Born. Yeah, that's
sounds like a good TV show, though.
Battle-Born.
Yeah,
there we go.
Battle-Born.
A new reality show. Something about the military, don't you think?
By the way,
show?
You don't happen to have the big thick videotape they use for filming TV shows or for videotaping shows?
3/4 inch tape.
Yeah. Do you have something that would play that? Because my girlfriend has about 3 of these reels that she used to drive around in Madonna's car. Did I ever tell you that? Somehow, no, she did. She drove around in Madonna's car, and also Seinfeld's car as well. Her part of her job was to polish these cars up.
Well, when you were first making that gesture, I thought maybe giving them rub-downs or something.
So somehow she ended up with 3 of these, and she didn't steal them, but somehow she ended up with 3 of these
3/4 inch.
3/4 inch reels. So I need to
access to.
Patrick might do it. Yeah, he might have some. I'll have to check in with that.
3/4 inch.
So we want to know what's in it. We think something, maybe really valuable.
You might have the next Tom and Pamela Lee type.
Yeah, that's right. We could have Tom and what's the Pam and Tommy Lee. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll have to check that out in the privacy of our own studio.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
882 KPTL 882-5785. And which star of Star Trek landed his role after turning down the lead in Dr. Kildare? He was in Star Trek, and I'll give you a clue. He was one of the big-time guys in Star Trek. He originally was offered the lead role in Dr. Kildare. Who got that? I'm trying to remember who got the Dr. Kildare. You don't know either. It goes a little bit before your time.
Before my time, yeah.
And my time, too.
Still looking for phobias and manias. Just
Richard Chamberlain.
Throw these out there. You can look them up on the internet if you want to. Ballistophobia, misopedia, terasthesia, or hypnophobia. If you can identify what any of those conditions is, what it means. Ballistophobia, terasthesia, and one more just for Scott's sake, because I think Scott's going to get a kick out of this. Tonsurphobia, T-O-N-C-S-U-R. It's not something to do with your tonsils. It's tonsurphobia. What is tonsurphobia?
All right, we'll consider that. And while we're considering it, we'll listen to this here on KPTL. We'll be back with the final moments of Tuesday Trivia after this word. It is 9 minutes before 1 o'clock, and this is KPTL Tuesday Trivia, the name of the show. We have questions. You have answers. Let's go get some of them right now. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, tonsurphobia is a fear of shaving?
You actually know this? Specifically, haircut, shaving, fear of having your
head shaved.
Hairs on your body clipped.
Right.
And this is a condition that Scott has.
Really?
Every time you go to get a haircut, you come back and say, I hate having my haircut. So you have tonsurphobia.
No, I never say that.
No?
No, I don't think I said that ever. I think you just made that up.
well, there's one occasion when perhaps because this new style that you have to have your hair. Well, incidentally, I should tell you, pardon me, caller, while we attend to some personal business here, but Scott's barber, whom I happen to know, his stylist wanted me to remind him he's due.
I'm due. Okay, well, that's good.
I knew there was a next fear madness.
That's right.
All right, and what is your name?
Judith.
Judith.
Who cuts your hair, Judith?
Paula.
Paula, is she good?
She's very good.
Well, where is she? Let's give her a plug.
Paula's getting a free plug from Judith.
Yes, she's on Valley Drive here in Carson.
In Carson City?
Mm-hmm.
All right, very good. Hey, listen.
Judith, just to be sure, let's have a last name or initial, please.
He is in Tom?
Judith T. Okay. Now, so Judith, now women, Here's something interesting. Did you know that if you get your hair done, I think women actually enjoy the process of having their, the facials and hair done. Is that correct, Judith?
Yes.
However, afterwards, if you're not pleased with your hair, with the style, it can cause stress. They've actually found men actually experience stress when they're shopping. They can actually biologically trace men's their heart rate goes up, their blood pressure. Women, if they are unhappy with their hairstyle, same, that heart rate goes up, blood pressure increases. Do you experience that, Judith?
No,
okay.
I don't.
You're gorgeous no matter what.
The interrogation is over, Judith.
You have a great hairdresser.
You have a good, that's it. You have a good
hairdresser. Well, you've done well by her because you've plugged her, and her name is Paula, and she's in Carson City.
Yes.
And a very good, Judith. Thanks a lot for the call.
Yes.
All right, let's see. You know what bugs me? The only thing I don't like about haircuts is when you get your haircut, I'm sure you can verify this, you get those little hairs, and I want to go home and take a shower right away.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So you get the haircut, and then you want to go home and take a shower and put new clothes on.
That's right.
That's the thing that I don't like about haircuts. And then the stress that I experience in the later years is the fact that there's more scalp showing all the time every time I get a haircut. Now, what used to be a thick, rich, full head of hair is now not quite as thick and rich and full anymore. But that's, that's life.
That's another phobia. I don't know if we can identify that one yet, but scalpophobia, perhaps. Tonsorophobia. I thought we'd never get that. She knew it. Tonsorophobia, fear of shaving or haircuts.
I never can tell. All right, I'm really surprised, and I'm actually ashamed of Nevadans that are listening to this program. They do not know the state motto. We did get the what was written on the flag, which is Battleborn, but the state motto, I'm still going to give folks a little bit of extra time on that. Oh, no, let's give it away.
Okay, I'm ready.
If we don't know it after 50 minutes, then we are going to get it.
I'm dying to know.
The state motto is all for our country.
All for our country?
All for our country.
Well, that's interesting.
So somebody wants to, bet you $5 that you don't know the state motto, you just say, all for our country.
And I know what's on the flag, too.
Grab their money.
That's it.
Let's see, what else do we have? As far as the Beatles are concerned, we only had one correct answer, only one try of the top 5 songs that the Beatles had that made it into the Hot 100. In other words, all of these songs were the top 5. Number 1...
I'm going to take a guess. Is She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. Is that one of the top 5?
That was one of them, yes. She Loves You was number 3.
Okay.
And
number 1, I don't know, Love Me Do, there's so many.
Well, they were all, I think most of these made it to number 1 at one point, but at one point, all of them were in the top 5.
That's what makes it hard, is you're trying to think of that particular era.
Number 1, this is, by the way, this happened April 4th, 1964, and the Beatles had 12 Billboard Hot 100 songs, including the top 5 songs. Number 1, Can't Buy Me Love. Number 2, Twist and Shout. Number 3, She Loves You. Number 4, I Want to Hold Your Hand. And number 5, Please Me. So there you have it.
Oh, yeah, like I Please.
They were all pretty good songs.
Good songs.
And, of course, what made the Beatles great is they went on beyond that kind of pop sound and did some interesting things after that.
Still looking, I was trying to find out where the Blazer jacket got its name. Do you have a guess, Scott? I didn't know this.
From the Chevy Blazer.
The Chevy Blazer, that would seem appropriate.
No, what is it? I don't know.
It's from a ship. There's the HMS Blazer. Captain of the HMS Blazer ordered blue jackets for all his crew members, and the idea caught on. The folks decided, hey, that looks kind of sharp, and that's where the Blazer came from. All
right, the last member that was added to Saturday Night Live was John Belushi. The producers feared that his outrageous humor would offend audiences. That was what that show was all about, is testing the boundaries of comedy.
Okay.
And let's see, William Shatner was the guy that took the role at Star Trek but turned down the role as Dr. Kildare. And that's I think, most of the TV questions I had. I think that we answered...
Well, okay.
Right. The one other thing about Mork and Mindy, the actress that demanded too much money that caused the show to cancel was Pam Dauber.
I wonder how much she was getting already. What happens when they reach that stratosphere of money making? Because the fellow on Who Loves Everybody Loves Raymond, the older fellow who plays the older brother, he gets over $100,000 per episode. a couple $1 million a year. You'd think that'd be enough. What upsets him is that Ray himself. No, let's face it. Ray Ramona created the show. The show is called Everybody Loves Raymond. He's the star of the show, but he gets almost $2 million per episode.
Well, you know what it is? It's two things. Henry Ford was once asked, "What do people want?" And his answer was a little bit more than they currently have, and that's true. So no matter what you make, you always want a little bit more.
You would think.
And then the other thing is that, and I've experienced it myself because I worked at KNBR in San Francisco, where the engineers made an outrageous amount of money, more than we're making here. And, you know, I would be amazed because they would look at the clock and they would say, well, if it goes over like by 1 minute, they get paid for an extra quarter hour.
Wow.
And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. And then, of course, after I'd been there a while, I said, well, if everybody else is getting that extra quarter hour, I would like it too.
Yeah.
So you kind of, you know, you understand the mentality about it a little bit.
I suppose.
So anyway, so I think that when you're in that upper stratosphere, it's hard for you and I to understand.
You would think. To me, when somebody's paying you $100,000 per episode for a TV show, which is a fun way to make a living to begin with, to go complaining and demanding more money to the point where they're going to write him out of the show, he's threatening to lose his own job, you know. My feeling is nice work if you can get it. Enjoy it while you can. You
All
know?
right, yeah, no, and it's the same thing true with sports. These guys are making millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
But, you know, here we are. Let's continue on with giving away our prizes here. We have these prizes to give away, beginning with the Brewery Arts Center, 2 tickets to see Waybacks.
By the way, damn it, Scott, I think we need better prizes next week. I make a joke.
Okay,
keeping with the theme. Okay.
All right, 2 tickets to see Waybacks. See, you're putting down the prize, though. These are great prizes. To see bluegrass, jazz music, swing music.
That was my joke.
Oh,
these
okay.
are great
These
prizes.
are great prizes. You couldn't ask for better prizes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I want better prizes.
Who wins these prizes?
I'm thinking like TV stars. And
Brewery Arts Center tickets go to
Judith T. Congratulations, Judith.
And 2 lunches at Slotsky's Deli. You can't get better deli sandwiches than that. And also a Prestige car wash. That goes to
car wash and a sandwich to Lee G.
Now, we hope someone with a pet wins this. It's a $25 certificate for dog grooming at Positive Image in Carson City. They do a fantastic job.
And we hope that your pet doesn't have turnsophobia. Clifford G, congratulations.
Fear of a haircut. Fear of a haircut. All right, we also have 2 tickets to see Eli Kerr, the magic show that is at the Golden Phoenix in Reno, and that goes to
Larry D. Congratulations, Larry.
All right, we have someone that wants to get fit here. This is a 1-month membership at Nevada Fitness, and it goes to
I wonder if there's a word for fear of fitness or fear of exercise. Richard T. Congratulations, Richard T.
All right, and we also have the Sierra Glen Restaurant $25 food certificate, and that goes to this winner.
I am reaching for Charlene M. Charlene, congratulations. Charlene, she's the one who knew Dawn Wells was a Miss Nevada, didn't she?
Yeah, she sure did. All right, well, thank you, Charlene. Thanks, everybody, for calling in. We'll have more winners next week and more trivia next Tuesday right here on KPTL. We have 30 seconds for any final thoughts you have, Jarvis.
The 49ers need to go. Yes.
That was the 49er quarterback we didn't get. Garcia, their current quarterback, is also the post-Montana Pro Bowl quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah, there we go. See, I knew that.
Here's the guy with the ID right here.
Here's a special trivia question just for our cable viewers only, and if you can write in your answer at this email address, kptlradio@aol.com, with the answer to this question: which American president had the most pets at the White House? Most animals at the White House, and included quite a menagerie, including guinea pigs, lizards, and even kangaroos. Which president had those pets at the White House? KPTL.